Based on the video that I recently put up about that veteran having a nightmare with what was going on next door to where he was living, okay, this email dropped. Now, it's the same old thing. I felt I really needed to share this, okay? So I'm going to read this out to you. This is from someone called Sarah, okay? Sarah says, I am a military charity caseworker, and we had a veteran come to stay with us. He was homeless, living under hedges, in bus shelters and in shop doorways. As it was near Christmas, could we find him a billet for a couple of weeks? Okay. Now, billet is a military term for accommodation. Okay. Some of you guys remember the old days of the half moon, corrugated roof, etc. So basically, accommodation. All right. Within 24 hours, we had obtained funds and put him in a hotel, paying for 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks. We spent a few days trying to find him a flat or bedsit to rent, eventually finding one. Found money for the first month's rent and a month's deposit, month in hand, okay? And tied in for tenancy of the flat with the expiry of the hotel. So it was all sort of linked and planned, basically. However, on the morning of New Year's Eve, I received a frantic phone call from my client saying he was being thrown out after breakfast on New Year's Eve. I asked my client why. What had he done? He replied that he had very calmly asked the manager why he had been told migrants from France are coming in that afternoon. You can imagine I was not best pleased, and being New Year's Eve, and took a while to find another hotel for that night and onwards, so he was not homeless again. I did speak to the manager, telling him we had paid good money and had a contract. He replied, money refunded, contract dead. I pressed the point, money paid, and we had a contract, and he was adamant that the money was to be refunded. Our veteran moved on to the next hotel, and then a week later into his flat. The hotel is still filled with migrants from overseas, and I'm horrified that the government has framed out the relocation of migrant accommodation to Serco, and it would appear other companies. If you know anything about other companies, please send me an email. The email address is below this video. We continue. Where are holidaymakers going to stay when they go on holiday? Absolutely. I've mentioned this in live streams in the past. Holidaymakers who spend money keeping the local economy going during the oh so important holiday season. Yes, absolutely. I've mentioned this too. And when you think about it, you know, people go to different parts of the UK. They call it staycations now. They go to a hotel, they book it for a week or whatever, they move their family in there, they spend time in the local area, spending their hard-earned money in places like bars, restaurants, shops, that sort of thing, okay? So when you consider all of these hotels are not going to be filled with British tourists, or any tourists for that matter, for the holiday season, what impact do you think that's going to have on that local community, okay? It goes on to say, Sarah says, this country is heading for big trouble. All of the above information can be validated should any government minister be interested. I will sign myself off as caseworker, as regret cannot be identified as the charity I volunteer, I guess would not be happy. All the best, Sarah. So yes, like I said, I am getting quite a few emails, not just about the migrant situation, but indeed the 15-minute city things. There's so much to share. And in fact, if I was to do videos on every single email, I'd literally put up 15 videos a day. It's just not possible. But I felt this had to go out there because it gives people a true flavour of what is actually going on with not just our homeless, but our homeless veterans. And that's a big issue. You know, these guys and girls fought for our country, okay? And now they are literally suffering. And in the same time, you're getting all of these foreign migrants coming over there and literally having access to everything. It's just not fair, it's not right, and it's seriously not good news. So if any of you guys have any other information, please send it to an email. The email address is below this video, and I'll be more than willing to share what you're telling me. And if you want to remain anonymous, that's absolutely fine. And rest assured that the email service is totally encrypted for privacy. So, take care, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to take it further, please send me an email, and I'll do my best to do something about it. Thanks very much for watching, and stay funky.